The F1 season continues this weekend with a race in Great Britain. Red Bull Racing and Ferrari seem to be fighting together for victory, although Mercedes hopes it can spring a surprise. And the British Grand Prix, it's one of the best races in the calendar, and it's taken place every year since inception in F1. Italian Giuseppe Farina is the first winner of the race weekend. Lewis Hamilton is the driver with the most victories. The British has won 8 races at his home race. Last season, Hamilton managed to win the race, although lots of discussion as the driver started the race second and collided in the early stages the title rival Max Verstappen, who even went to hospital for checkups after the race. Hamilton was given a time penalty for the incident, but still took victory. Silverstone is known as one of the fastest circuits on the F1 calendar, and overtaking is easy for drivers. Historic corners such as Maggots, Beckett and Abbey show great challenges each year, and a place to showcase their driving skills for the top drivers on the grid. While the drivers will encounter a twisty section in Sector 1, the second sector is a long straight. In the last sector, the drivers take a lot of speed to get to the finish line. With Verstappen's new victory in Canada, the Dutchman has increased his lead in the World Championship. The difference with Sergio Perez is now 46 points, and Charles Leclerc is even facing a 49-point deficit. For them, there is plenty of work to do to beat Verstappen. The question is whether the reigning champ can be kept from victory at this stage. Red Bull seems to have everything under control, while Verstappen is very calm. In England, Ferrari are hoping to be on the top step of the podium on Sunday afternoon, but they have a lot of work to do before this happens. The F1 teams will have to deal with precipitation on Friday, according to weatheronline.com. Which will not give them an ideal preparation for the rest of the weekend. The situation is not comparable with Saturday and Sunday, when it seems to be dry. Temperatures will be around 20 degrees Celsius at most. But Verstappen is once again probably the favourite to win at Silverstone. This would not only increase his lead in the championship, but he also has to make up for last year's incident with Hamilton, and will be keen to make top prize this weekend. The developments at Ferrari are not standing still, however. The Italian team realises that it needs to perform fast if it wants to stay in contention for victory. And Silverstone could be an excellent moment to gain momentum and get closer to Max. However, both teams will have to take into account Mercedes. He also seems to be improving the car, with 3rd and 4th place finishes for Lewis Hamilton and George Russell respectively. The team will be hoping to continue their streak at Silverstone. Whether this is realistic or not, we will see. The schedule for this weekend in the UK, actual track time this week. First 3 practices, 1 till 2 on Friday of course, and second is 4 till 5. Free practice 3 is an hour earlier than FP1 at 12 till 1, and qualifying also an hour earlier than practice 2, so that's 3 till 4, and then the race gets underway at the same time as qualifying, 3 o'clock in the UK for the British Grand Prix, and I can't wait for this one. The build-up to the Grand Prix has been very much overshadowed by the disgusting remarks that Nelson Piquet made about Lewis Hamilton, which was researched from the end of last year, obviously discussing, and F1 have taken obviously the right to ban him from the paddock. No language like that should be tolerated. But in the build up to the race itself, it's been lots of upgrades else around the teams. Mercedes have got a substantial upgrade. Williams as well. They've almost got a new car. Where the reckon could gain almost a second with Albon, not Latifi getting it. So lots of upgrades in the offing. But moving on then to the on-track action on the Friday, it starts off in FP1, and it was mostly a wet session. In some of the summer circuit, for much of the session it was wet. Others it was dry, so that obviously led to not a lot of running. Lewis Hamilton get quite a lot of running in. He was second. Valtteri Bottas topped it for Alfa Romeo, and you were wondering what year you were watching when you saw Bottas and Hamilton 1 and 2 in practice. But we are in 2022, obviously with it being a wet practice session, there's not a huge amount you can really read into it. It's kind of like the normal FP1, but even less useful. But moving on to FP2, we did get a much more representative session with it all being in the dry, and it was Carlos Sainz who topped it. Some intriguing sessions actually, because you had Lewis Hamilton in second, Lando Norris in third, I don't think it's really representative, but still very interesting. Mercedes did seem right there with Ferrari on race pace. Mercedes, Red Bull and Ferrari all look really evenly matched, so hopefully Mercedes can hook it up in qualifying. We could have a 3-car battle for pole. I think everyone would love to see that. Finally, my predictions for this weekend, and it's actually an intriguing one this weekend. First of all, for pole, I'm going to say Charles Leclerc. He's a master around this circuit, and there has been several rumours that this circuit could suit Ferrari more. So I think, he's probably a guarantee for pole. Will he be able to hold off the quicker Red Bull in the race more than likely? You know what, I'm going to say for once he will be. Like I say, he's a master around this circuit. This circuit should support suit Ferrari more. And Leclerc, if he wants any chance, he needs to start picking up points. So I'm going to say Leclerc for the win, with Max bringing it home in P2. I'm going to say Sainz and Perez guys will have an off weekend, and Lewis Hamilton, the ultimate master of Silverstone, 8-time winner, in a Mercedes which everyone thinks will be better this weekend, with a decent upgrade on it as well. I'm going to say we'll get his second consecutive podium. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and results, comments down below if you want to. Thanks for daily F1 news, and subscribe to the channel, and that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.